So I watched The Mandalorian. This is a Star Wars show. It's on Disney Plus. It's kind of been like the premier Disney Plus show. Kind of the reason to get Disney Plus. And so basically, what I did was I waited until like 2 or 3 days before Episode 8 came out. And that's when I got Disney Plus, and then I just binged the first 7 episodes. That's because so that I could get the free trial, and I did a little scheme to save some money. I recommend you do that if if you wanted to save was I think it was like $7. I don't know, but that's basically what I did. So I've been like just seeing people talk about it for for the past month or so. Um, but I've finally gotten the chance to like sit down and watch it, and I like it. I don't think it's amazing or anything like that. I think overall it's pretty good. Um, I think the thing that I like the most about it is that it feels different from other Star Wars content. Like it really doesn't have anything to do with like the Jedi or the Sith or the Rebellion versus the Empire and blah 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 blah. I'm just sick of all of that. And this feels very different about it. So basically, the show's about the Mandalorian. He's the main character, and he's a bounty hunter. And on one of his bounties, he has to capture or one of his jobs, he has to capture or he has to go find the bounty. I can't speak. Which ends up being Baby Yoda, which you've probably seen on Twitter. And yeah, he has to find this little he finds this little baby, and he's like, well, I can't exactly give this to the people who hired me because they're probably not gonna do good things with him. So he sets off to protect this baby, and that's the setup for the show. And it's a good setup, right? Because I mean, the second you see Baby Yoda, it's like Disney just they've scientifically engineered the cutest thing possible. So there's that. So it's like the second you see him, it's like, oh, this thing is precious. You totally buy why Mando would want to would want to protect this thing at all costs. And yeah, the setup for the show totally works. And yeah, and that's basically just what the entire season is about. It's a very simple show. It's not really trying to do a whole lot, and I think that's totally fine. Like, I don't need all Star Wars content to be like this grand thing with galactic implications. I am totally in for a simple show about a Mandalorian trying to protect a baby Yoda. I'm totally fine with that. Um, and even though the show is simple, it looks beautiful. I mean, it looks like a movie. I don't like if you would just show me a scene from this and told me, hey, this is from the new Star Wars movie, I would probably believe you. I mean, the sets are amazing. The puppetry is amazing. This like at no point did I look at any of the special effects and go, "Oh, that's TV. That's TV CGI." It all works beautifully. So when they said that these Disney Plus shows were gonna be like movies, I was like, okay, yeah, sure. I mean, it's probably gonna look good for TV by TV standards, but I don't calm down saying it's gonna look like a movie, but it honestly does, at least in my eyes. And yeah, so I think as a whole, I like in terms of the characters, I think they're all really likable. I like the Mandalorian, I like Baby Yoda, and even like all the side characters, like the I Have Spoken guy is really cool. Like Gina Carano. Gina Carano's actually like pretty good in this. Like she's never been the most amazing actor, but she's always they've always utilized her well. She's always been just in like action roles, and she's just there to show off her physicality, which she's absolutely does well. But in this, she actually had a pretty meaty role, and she had to just act alongside other actors and play off them, and she held her own, which I thought was pretty surprising because like I said before, she's not really ever been a leading actress or anything like that. I like and yeah, like basically all the other actors that are in it. And yeah, I especially like they got Gus Fring up in here. His name, what was his name? As you can tell, I'm terrible with names. This is like Moss Isley or something like that. I don't know, whatever his name is. He's a villain in this. He's not in it much, but he is in it, and he's awesome. I mean, he's just like he every time he's on screen, he just commands, he just commands it, and it's awesome. And yeah, I don't know. I don't want to get into spoilers. In this video, or at least in this first half. So I think now I'm gonna do some spoilers, talk some spoilery stuff. So if you haven't seen The Mandalorian, I would say yeah, go check it out. It's pretty good. You will not be disappointed, I don't think. Yeah. So I don't think this is necessarily a spoiler because I feel like people already know pretty much, but obviously, just in case, I thought I'd save it for the spoiler discussion, but yeah, obviously, like I mentioned before that this doesn't have anything to do with like the Jedi and the Sith or whatever, but obviously Baby Yoda is a Force user, so it kind of does have to do with all of that stuff. But it's included in that, but it's not the main focus, so I think that's fine. But yeah, obviously Baby Yoda is a Force user, and I think it's gonna be very interesting to see where they take that in season 2, because but at the end of the season, they basically allude to season 2 being about Mando trying to deliver Baby Yoda to, I'm assuming, the Jedi, I guess, or I don't know if he's gonna try and find the Mandalorian, or not the Mandalorian, but the Yoda species. Yeah, so I'm not sure where exactly they're gonna take that, but of course, we're gonna see Baby Yoda develop his powers. And yeah, I thought the Baby Yoda using the Force, they used it sparingly. He basically, like, every time he used it, it was a big deal. And yeah, I thought all that stuff was cool. So I guess I saw Force healing for the first time in The Rise of Skywalker, but apparently, yeah, because episode 7 came out before The Rise of Skywalker, so Force healing was really introduced in The Mandalorian. So honestly, at this point, I feel like the Force can basically just do anything. It's getting ridiculous at this point, but whatever, it's fine. But yeah, Baby Yoda's adorable. I like everything. I also really like the Mandalorian. It's actually like really impressive that like Pedro Pascal is able to act and kind of sort of emote just with his body language, because obviously you don't see his face for up until the last episode, really. Yeah, it was the last episode, I think, that IG-88 removes his helmet. Or was it episode? I don't know. No, it was the last episode where an IG-88 removes his helmet. And I'll say it was like, I don't know, I feel like I didn't feel the impact of him removing his helmet as much as I kind of wanted it to. But whatever, it was fine. But yeah, up until that last point, you don't actually see his face, so all of his emotions have to come through like body language and editing, and it's really impressive what they were able to do here. And yeah, I like learning about the Mandalorians. Because I don't know, it's like I've seen Star Wars a while ago, so I don't even really remember what I kind of like forgot what like the Mandalorians were about. But yeah, I like learning about the Mandalorians. I feel like it's a cool mythos of how they never take off their helmets in front of people, and how and yeah, just how like it's this whole thing where like the Mandalorian, like, he's doing these like bounties and he's a bounty hunter, but it's really just so that he can get I guess go up in ranks in this like Mandalorian culture. I don't know, I thought all that stuff was really interesting. And yeah, and I like seeing how he's got a heart of gold, because as long if they're gonna he will not kill a baby. At least those are those are his standards, I guess. Because if it was some like old ass if it was some old ass guy, he would have had no problems whatsoever giving him over to to the Empire. But hey, who's gonna kill a baby? Um, and yeah, so yeah, and I think the relationship between the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda is like that's a very endearing relationship, and I like seeing that develop as the show goes on. Because like at first it's really just like the Mandalorian going like, well fuck, I'm not gonna kill a baby, but as the show progresses, you see the Mandalorian starting to love the child, and that's all very cute and heartwarming. But yeah, like I would say the only episode I didn't like was episode 5. Yeah, because episode 5 was the one where they were like the one with the mechanic. That was probably the only episode I didn't like, because like the mechanic character was just weird and didn't really work for me, and like it just didn't really like do anything to progress the plot. And I don't know, I'm fine with a filler episode as long as the filler episode accomplishes something. Like I feel like the episode just didn't really like, it didn't progress the relationship between the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda. It didn't really progress like the Mandalorian character at all, really. It was just kind of a pointless episode. Like all the new characters that get introduced get killed off as well. So yeah, it was just kind of a pointless episode that I didn't really like. But yeah, I think all the other episodes, I liked pretty much all the other episodes. And yeah, that's also the nice thing about the season, is that it's only 8 episodes, so there really wasn't that much room for a stagnation, to be honest. And yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. I guess I'll talk about the last episode. I thought, like I said before, bringing back Gus Fring, freaking awesome. He's great. I like the was it IG-88 was the, or no, I think that's another I don't know, the droid in the show. I like seeing the Mandalorian, his he obviously doesn't like droids, and then this one droid who gets reprogrammed, he's not so bad, and he like that seeing the Mandalorian come to appreciate this droid. I thought that all worked really well. I really like the fight, I guess, that Mando has with Gus Fring. His name in the show is Mos Eisley, I think, right? No, Mos Eisley is a place, I think. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm bad with names, and I'm bad with Star Wars with Star Wars knowledge. But the fight that he has with Gus Fring, like I thought that was all really cool. How he like grapples onto the ship and he blows up the ship, and I thought all that. Yeah, I think all that's pretty really cool. And people are also freaking out about like how Gus Fring had was it the dark saber? I have no idea what that is or what it's about, but Star Wars fans, they're excited that that's a thing now. That they brought it back. I think it was from like the Clone Wars animated show. So that's a thing, I guess, and Gus Fring has it. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. The Mandalorian, it's good. It's not an amazing show or anything like that, but it's just a solid time. And I think if you're into Star Wars, I'd recommend checking it out. I think if you're not into Star Wars, I'd recommend checking it out, because I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, but I enjoyed my time with this. It's only 8 episodes, and the episodes are all relatively short, so it's it's kind of a breeze to just sit there and watch. So yeah, I don't know. That's pretty much gonna be it for this episode. Bye.